Somewhere in the Black Mountain Hills of Dakota, there lived a young boy named Rocky Raccoon. Oh, one day his woman ran off with another guy. He hit young Rocky in the eye. Rocky didn't like it. He said, "I'm gonna get that boy." So one day he walked into town, booked himself a room in the local saloon. Rocky Raccoon, he checked into his room, only to find Gideon's Bible. Rocky had come, equipped with a gun, to shoot off the legs of his rival. Well, his rival, it seems, had broken his dreams by stealing the girl of his fancy. Her name was McGill, and she called herself Liv, but everyone knew her as Nancy. Now she and her man, who called himself Dan, were in the next room at the hotel. Rocky burst in and grinning a grin, he said, "Danny boy, this is a showdown." But Daniel was hot, but he drew first and shot, and Rocky collapsed in the corner. Now the doctor came in, stinking of gin, proceeded to lie on the table. He said, "Rocky, you met your match." And Rocky said, "Doc, it's only a scratch, and I'll be better, Doc, as soon as I am able." And now Rocky Raccoon, he fell back in his room, only to find Gideon's Bible. Gideon checked out, and he left in no doubt to help with good Rocky's revival. Yeah, 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 boom, do 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 do. Come on, Rocky boy, do 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 do. Come on, Rocky boy, do 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 do. I'm sorry, Rocky, but you're shot. Rocky Raccoon from the Beatles, White Album. Hello, all my friends that have tuned in to learn how to play this lowered version of Rocky Raccoon. So the original version was in an A minor. Of course, it wasn't played with a bar chord like that. It was played down here without a capo. But what I've done is I've lowered the pitch of the song, or the key, basically a step and a half. So I've placed a capo, full capo on the 2nd fret, and we're starting off with an E minor 7th shape. So rather than playing an A minor 7th, we're playing an E minor 7th, which means that the vocals are down more within my range, which is not the same as a 26-year-old Paul McCartney. Okay, so let's talk about this song. There's 6 chords. They're pretty much repetitive throughout the song. The only exception to that is the intro, where we just repeat the same chord for 4 bars. But for the rest of the song, we jump into a pattern that maintains throughout. Okay, so first chord, as I mentioned, E minor 7th. So it's like playing an E minor, and then what I'm doing is I'm placing my pinky on string 2, fret 3. And then one thing I'm doing in this song is I'm trying not to play at all my first string. Now every once in a while I'll hit it when I hit a D note or something like that, but for the most part, if you removed your string 1, your E string, your skinny string, from the guitar, this song would be easier to play, because then you wouldn't have to worry about strumming and hitting it. But anyway, so that E minor 7th, we're strumming through to the 2nd string. Okay, let's talk about the strum pattern while we're here. It's bass note, down, up, down, up, down, up, bass note, down, up, down, up, down, up. Pretty common strumming pattern for me. Okay, so that's the strumming pattern. Okay, second chord, A7th sus4. So if you play a simple A7th, so I've got my middle finger on string 4, fret 2, and ring finger on string 2, fret 2, above the capo. So that's your A7th, 5-string chord. Then if you use your pinky to fret string 2 on the 3rd fret above the capo, that's the A7 sus4. And then when you remove that, we get to the next chord in our song, the A7. Okay, so the next chord, D7th, 4-string chord. Bass note is the open string 4. And then we go to a G, a special G. So it's not a G where we're fretting the first string on the 3rd fret. Rather, we're making the highest note in the G chord, the note that is the fretted note on string 2, fret 3. And the reason for that is whenever we bring the pinky into play, and I've talked about this before, I've got a spastic pinky. I don't know if that's common among people, but my pinky is crazy. So the less I have to move it, once I get it anchored, the better off I am. So that's the reason why we're playing this G this way. And then I might as well tell you the next chord is a G over F sharp. So basically leaving the pinky where it's at, there's the G. Then you just fret string 6 with your middle finger on the 2nd fret to get that G over F sharp. Again, you're maintaining your pinky on string 2, fret 3. You're using that middle finger to mute out string 5. And then we go right into our E minor 7th. So you can see that by anchoring the pinky when we play the G chord, the G over F sharp, then it's right there for our E minor 7th. Okay? A7th sus4, A7th, D7th, and then we go back to that G. And that's pretty much it, because after you play that intro of 4 E minor 7ths, 2, 3, 4, now we get into our pattern. E minor 7th, E minor 7th, A sus4, A7, okay, let's try that again. A7 sus4, A7, D7, to the G, G over F sharp, E minor 7, A7 sus4, A7, so D7, up to a G, G over F sharp, E minor 7, A7 sus4 to A7, to D7, up to a G. Okay, so that's pretty much the pattern throughout the song, even in the do 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 and that's pretty much the whole song. The only other wrinkle here is on the last line of the song, and this is pretty controversial. For those of you that are Beatles fans, like hardcore, like myself, you always wondered what it was Paul McCartney said at the end of the song, because you could always hear, "I'm sorry, Rocky." He does a little, sorry, Rocky. And he mumbles something after that. So I did a little internet research to see if I could find the answer to that. And there is no definitive answer to what he says after I'm sorry, Rocky. But there was some speculation that it was, but you're shot. And it makes sense. Kind of the double entendre there. He was shot, and pretty much he's shot. So anyway, I threw that in just to generate a little bit of controversy. I'm sure someone will look at these lyrics and go, wait a minute, he doesn't say, I'm sorry, Rocky, but you're shot. But we'll leave it there anyway, just for a little bit of fun. Okay, so hope you guys have a fantastic time singing and playing Rocky Raccoon in our lowered version here, so that we people with mature voices can hit all the lyrics, especially the one where he goes, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, do, 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 do. So have a fantastic week, and I look forward to sending you another lesson very soon. Until then, adios, amigos.